there's some element to this where you send the vice president. If it works out, great, you look like a genius for sending him. And if it doesn't work out, it's the vice president's fault.
I like that idea, sure. What? This way, if it works out, I'm going to take the credit. If it doesn't work out, I'm blaming JD. You better be careful, JD. He's going to turn his plane around and get the hell out of here. Yeah, I like that idea. I think it's a good idea.
Welcome back to the Takeout. There you have it. President Trump joking. We'll blame JD Vance if the Iran deal falls through. Who doesn't want to joke about, ending a war that could trigger, if it goes on, a global recession? I don't know. It seems like Trump wants to do that. Political panel time. Republican strategist Matt Whitlock. Great to have you here, sir. Democratic strategist Kendra, Barkoff, Lamy. Always good to have you. So, what I loved about that, joke was okay. I give it a 5. The frozen expression on Marco Rubio's face.
Reaction.
Come on.
That's what I was watching.
The Commerce Secretary is laughing. Ah, ha, ha. Marco's like, I'm on camera. I can't do anything with this. Matt, take us down what this means or doesn't mean.
The entirety of that press conference had a lot of jokes. And I think some of them were like 7, 8, 9 jokes. The I'm going to blame JD joke, I think, was about a 5 because I don't think it's really a joke. JD ran his entire career on a non-interventionist foreign policy.
And as we all know from the various reporting, he was skeptical, if not hostile to this.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. And I know that a lot of reporting has also shown us that Secretary Rubio and John Ratcliffe and others in the national security space have been skeptical about this deal. And so I think what we're seeing on Marco's face is a little bit of concern about what this is going to look like. The president will try and reassure and say we've got this 60-day period to get more concrete terms. The problem is we're removing a lot of our leverage to do that. How do you get better terms on the things we went in for, nukes and the Strait of Hormuz, after we've removed some of that leverage? That's what Marco's sort of seeing like, hello, darkness, my old friend, as he's seeing this play out. That's what's going on.
Well played, sir. Kendra?
I would agree. I would give it a lower score. I would probably give it a 2 on the joking scale.
Okay.
But you did see the Commerce Secretary,
Howard Lutnick,
chuckling with his old boss.
Doesn't have anything to do with me.
No, the fact that he's there, I think, is of interest.
Also odd.
Very interesting to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a Senate Georgia race now. We know the candidates: John Ossoff, Mike Collins. So, control room. Let's start with, because there are ads released already today, right after the votes were counted. John Ossoff on Mike Collins. Play it.
You see, Mike's not a working trucker. He's a man who wrote his daddy's name from business to Congress. A politician who voted to hike our health care costs and defund rural hospitals so he could take care of billionaires and himself. A lackey who's in lockstep with all of Trump's chaos. So the next time your grocery bill climbs, you pay more to fuel your car, or your kid's school loses funding. You can thank Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Great job you're doing.
Mike Collins had something to say about John Ossoff. Play it.
One of the only members of Congress who has ever actually passed anything. Collins authored 2 laws signed by 2 different presidents. A bipartisan law signed by Biden to help law enforcement fight deadly drugs in our communities. And when Laken Riley was tragically killed, Collins worked with Trump and wrote the law to make sure that it never, ever happens again. Hardworking, bipartisan, results. Everything liberal John Ossoff isn't.
Okay, folks, you've caught on to that. Mike Collins says about himself, hardworking, bipartisan, picture of Biden.
I was going to say,
Trump.
There's a Biden in this ad?
What is going on?
Happening? It is very interesting to see how quickly he has shifted from the MAGA world after he got Trump's endorsement to being a bipartisan, potentially, senator. I think that he has a very big uphill to battle. I think that Ossoff obviously has a huge war chest of almost $60 million.
Indeed.
And Collins still has an ethics. He's being investigated under the ethics committee, and he's got a big hurdle to.
Matt, your impression of what we just saw.
I think it's smart from Collins because it is that kind of pivot you need. He feels confident that he's got the MAGA base. Now what he needs to worry about is those Atlanta suburbs that are John Ossoff's feeling like John Ossoff country. And I think that it's smart that he's talking about passing bills because it's the kind of thing he can say. John Ossoff's been there 6 years, hasn't passed a bill, hasn't done anything, makes good speeches, loves being on TV, but what's he done for you? That's the contrast I think Mike Collins needs to be able to make, because if they get into sort of a partisan tit for tat, it's going to be tough because Ossoff has huge money advantage.
How about that stinger in the Ossoff ad? Trump. Thanks, Mike. You're doing a great job.
I think he's making.
That's where Ossoff is going to stay on Mike Collins.
Which
it's
I
all
think
about Trump.
It's a very sort of a interesting gambit that they hate Trump enough. I just don't know if that energy is there. I think there's a group that don't like President Trump, and I think there's a skeptical group. But I think Collins is making the calculus that he can reach a moderate group that isn't making their decision based on Trump, but on a lot of other different issues they're facing.
You get the last 30 seconds, Kendra.
Well, I was going to say Georgia is a purple state, obviously, and
Though Trump won it in 2024.
He did, but Ossoff is running a race that is going to appeal to the people who voted for him last time. He obviously needs to probably expand on that just a little bit, but I think given his money and given his background, I think he will be pushing really hard for, to win this race.
And to my ear, that sounded like the same voice actor in both of those ads. Those guys get paid regardless, and they love a campaign season like this. There'll be lots of ads to do voiceovers on. Matt Whitlock, it's been great to have you here. Please come back. Kendra, you're always welcome here. You know we love to have you.